Romney is leading Obama in the early fall vote by 7 points, 52-45. That's not good. But almost exactly 4 years ago, October 28, 2008, according to Gallup, Obama was massacring John McCain in early voting with a 15-point lead, 55-40. That means, at least to Gallup, that Obama's early vote advantage has dropped 22 points when compared to 2008. Now, that means that the people are not excited about it. Let me give you another example here. Crowd excitement. Do you remember in 2008? I want to compare it to now. Watch.
All I can say is, wow.
Got it? It's not even the same campaign, for the love of Pete. Now, here's one more thing. One more thing that I wanted to look at that 75,000. Hang on, I got to wait for the ending.
This wasn't part of my script, but I
660 people. Story. Okay. Here's the thing that I really think is going to happen. I've been telling you it's going to be a landslide for a while, and here's why. I asked Stu on the radio program today. Tell me, Stu, the recall on Governor Walker. Where was it just a few days before, and where did it end up? Stu's here to do the math and then show you what I think is going to happen on Tuesday night.
Yeah, this is your path to Romney landslide, or at least a very strong mandate. Back in during the Walker recall election, there was a time where Walker looked like he actually was going to be recalled and lose his job for coming out for fiscal responsibility.
I remember just a few days before, I was like, we can't lose this. How are we losing this?
Yeah. The last poll right before the election showed that Walker would barely squeak by and hold his seat by 3 points.
3 points. Yeah. So it was margin of error.
Yeah, margin of error, 3 points. He wound up winning by 9.
9.
Now, so a 6-point movement from the last poll to the actual election.
My theory is that people they're not saying who they're going to vote for. You're not putting your bumper stickers on because you know what it's like, and you don't want any hassle or anything else. And you also have that Tea Party excitement that is part of this. This is it. This all coming down to this. They don't have that on their side. Okay.
Now, this is based, and you're right, the voter enthusiasm, for example, extremely enthusiastic voters, is a 10-point advantage for Republicans over Democrats. And Mitt Romney consistently, in almost every poll, is winning independents, largely, a lot of times, by double digits.
Right, and it's all momentum is moving his way.
It does seem that way at this point. I mean, you never know what's going to happen in the last second. We don't know Sandy. We don't know what's going on.
Got it.
But let's look at your theory here for a second and play this out.
Because what I said to you is take 6 points and add 6 points. Now, it may not be 6 points, but add 6 points, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, if the same thing happened with the Walker election that would happen in this one, what actually occurred? Now, on this board that we have right now, Romney actually squeaks out the presidency by 279 electoral votes. It's a very slim margin. Any mistake anywhere is...
But this one is done on Rasmussen, mainly Rasmussen polls.
Mainly Rasmussen polls.
Who is the most accurate.
Yes. Okay. Now, let's see. If you move these things 6 points, this is what happens. First of all, Wisconsin, which is a state no one thought Republicans would have a chance to win.
49-49.
Yep, that moves over here. That becomes a Romney state. Iowa is, one that, I think people think of it as been in play for a while, but that goes from a tie over to Romney as well. You've got then Minnesota, which, Minnesota, who thinks of Minnesota as anything? Minnesota here is currently would be an Obama state. If we do this adjustment, it comes to a tie. So that one could go either way. And then Pennsylvania and Nevada are the other two. Pennsylvania is...
Right behind you. There it is, Pennsylvania.
These go apparently in alphabetical order.
Yes.
That's how I can figure that out. Yeah, that goes from Obama over to Romney, although the little sticky gum thing didn't feel like doing it.
All right.
And then the other one is Nevada, which... back here. This one is over to Romney as well. And, yeah, so that's the whole change. That gets you... That movement, just those movement of those states, creates a mandate. It creates a 321... electoral vote victory for Mitt Romney. Now, look, we don't know that this is going to happen in all these states, and some of it, Minnesota being very close like that, to me is optimistic.
This is my theory that they don't understand the Tea Party movement. They don't understand how to even measure us anymore, and you're going to see a huge swing. You'll see a massive influx that they never saw coming on Tuesday. Do you believe that's at least possible?
I think it's possible. I think it's potentially more likely in individual states. I think a massive thing like this is probably unlikely. I don't see Minnesota coming out in a tie. But what they're showing now is that, it could
They
be
elected
closer.
Michelle Bachmann.
Yeah, that's true. Not statewide, but you're right.
Yeah.
I think the other thing that you can factor in now is you think about activism. You're doing this big event on Friday in Columbus, and they're talking about voter turnout. Despite the fact that this election has been so focused on for so long, voter turnout actually being down. Now, that's not
amazing.
That's not among Republicans. You think less Republicans are coming out for Mitt Romney against Barack Obama than against John McCain?
See, I don't think so. I mean, again, let's look again at Chick-fil-A. Nobody had to go nobody had to go round people up and bring them and bus them to Chick-fil-A. People saw it, they'd had enough, and they were like, I'm going. Now you have the religious right fired up. They're not going to go. They're not going to sit at home. They're going to sit at home.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit at home. The people who went to 9/12, they're not going to sit at home. I think we have something big coming on Tuesday. And there's your good news.
And that's the best thing about this, is when you're talking about activism, are you going to get involved? It's worth more when less voters come out. If these numbers are right and people are going to be voting at a lower rate than previous elections, your activism, getting more people to come out and vote, is actually worth more. It's worth more on a percentage basis. And if you can go out there, and you got something to do this weekend, this is the time to do it.
If I'm on Obama's side, I'm kind of like, I don't know. I mean, why am I really going? I mean, I don't know how I feel about this guy. That's a problem for Barack Obama. Back in a minute. I think this is right.
Really?